Hey guys, what's up? It's Jen, as you probably know. Last week I made the mistake of posting a day in the life vlog and showing our 3-month-old daughter using the toilet without really offering any explanation to you guys. Since I posted that video, you have made it abundantly clear that you guys need details and you need them now. So here I am, and here they are. We're finally addressing the elephant in the room. That little statue there is an elephant. This cup is an elephant. That's an elephant. This is an elephant. Down here I have an elephant. This cupboard has an elephant. And up on my windowsill I have an elephant seal. Plot twist. Now you sharp-eyed followers might have noticed another thing in here that's a little bit different. Guess whose birthday it is? Not my birthday. My birthday's not for another month. Momming with Migraine on YouTube is 1 year old. If I had a party thing, I would do it right now. That's right, guys. I've officially been on YouTube for 1 year in like a couple of days. And so next week, we're going to do a summary, a year in review. I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff about behind the scenes on the channel. We're going to go over some of my analytics for my first year on YouTube. And I'm going to give you some information that you have never heard before, like the meaning behind my butterfly logo. Multiple meanings, really. So make sure that you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, all notifications, so that you get notified when that video goes live next Friday. Now, I have to decide whether I'm going to keep the hat on for the rest of the video. Maybe next week's video I should have the hat on. Maybe both. Gonna leave it on, but I'm gonna make it more comfortable first. Okay, we're gonna celebrate. This is good. Oh, this feels so much better. I have my notes because of my brain. So, infants using the bathroom. Weird, isn't it? I grew up around kids. I grew up around a lot of kids, a lot of toddlers, a lot of babies. I have lots of siblings. My siblings started having babies, so now I've got nieces and nephews. I think our daughter is like the 7th grandchild. I became an aunt when I was 11. My mom ran a daycare out of our home. I went into babysitting and then nannying and then eventually biochemistry and then now, hey, I'm a YouTuber. Surprise! Surprise! Can't say surprise without saying happy birthday! I don't know if this channel thing counts as a birthday or an anniversary, but I'm counting it as a birthday because that's the stuff I have. Being around all these kids, I had heard of baby sign language and like that's pretty amazing, but I had never heard of babies using the toilet. Like, I thought babies had no idea what they were doing. I thought all they did was lay there, they're a potato, they babble, they drool, they spit up on themselves, and they poop in their diaper, right? That's what babies do? But before we even had our daughter, I heard of this really weird thing called EC, Elimination Communication. It's when you communicate with a newborn who can't talk yet, can't sign yet, honestly doesn't even really look at you or notice that you're really there, and you just teach them how to use the toilet. They can pee in the bathroom. They're happy to use the potty. I've witnessed this 8 times a day for 3 months and I still cannot believe it. So what exactly is elimination communication? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's communicating with the newborn about their elimination needs. And the point of this is not necessarily that they have to use the potty or that the potty is better than a diaper or that a diaper is bad. The idea is that they get these opportunities to pee when they're not going to be peeing on themselves. In the past, in other cultures, prior to disposable diapers being readily available, and even today in some places, elimination communication is the norm. It's not diapers or bust. There are actually other options. It turns out babies have been peeing and pooping for kind of a long time, like even longer than diapers have been invented. And babies are naturally born not wanting to soil themselves. I was like, what? The baby doesn't want to pee in its diaper? But yes, literally, when babies are born, a lot of times they do not want to pee in their diaper. Good job, Jen. Doing great. When we first brought our daughter home from the hospital, well, all hell broke loose and I had to go back to the hospital. If you missed my birth story, I don't know where you've been. You've got to watch the birth story. But basically, like 4 days into the baby being a baby, I finally got discharged from the hospital. I was all drugged up, totally exhausted, ripped open on the bottom, and the very last thing that I wanted to do was try to potty train the newborn that just came home. But then, I kid you not, she sort of gave us no choice. I think it took about 3 times and I was freaking over the diaper changing thing. Because every time she would wet herself, she would scream bloody murder. We would go in there to change her diaper. I would take the diaper off and she would start peeing all over the changing table. So then I had to change her diaper again. She kept doing this like double pee thing. It's almost as if she would start peeing, she would feel it soiling herself, not like it, stop peeing, start screaming because she has to use the potty, and then once she was unswaddled, so to speak, undiapered in order to use the potty, she let it loose. Guys, think about evolution. That's probably what they did in the ancient times. They probably took some cloth, leaves, branches, whatever, diaper up the baby, go to a tree sometime, open up the baby's diaper so baby's naked, the baby relieves itself, and then you put the diaper back on. You know, like evolution. Like we had to survive in the wilderness before we had these like bougie houses, you know? We had to not be eaten by wolves and not be sleeping in our own poop. So like babies did figure this out. I know I keep going back to that, but like they must have. So this was just torturing me in my head. I was like, why am I making the baby pee in her diaper? Like, man, but I'm kind of scared to try it. You know, I just felt weird taking this 4-day-old, can't hold up her own head, take her and hold her over a toilet and be like, okay, please use it. Go. But 3 times peeing on the changing pad, and I was like, fine, I'll take you to the potty. Let's just try it. We have 2 possible outcomes from just trying. Either she doesn't pee, and I was really weird, and I held a baby over the toilet for a little while, and nothing happened, and she doesn't know that it's weird, and nobody will remember this, and never admit it, nothing ever happened. Or she'll use the potty. What do I have to lose? Not that much. I might have to keep a secret about holding an infant over the toilet, but I mean, that's not a lot to lose. That's not a lot to risk. So I did it. I held her over the toilet, and you know what happened, guys? She started pooping. She started pooping the first time I held her over the toilet. She was so good. What? When she started using the potty, a lot of awesome things happened. And I don't want to try to take a take of this, me saying all of this list. I'm going to read my list. This is some of the benefits that I see from doing this kind of communication with the baby. Because again, it's not considered potty training. The baby, she is definitely feeling more empowered and confident from it. Like you can see on her face, she gets really lit up when she understands something new, and she's paying really close attention, trying to learn more things. So seeing that side of her development is really, really exciting. She's also way more comfortable because we're not forcing her to sit in it. She's almost never sitting in it. And she's not getting diaper rashes because she's not sitting in it. A majority of her life, she actually gets to be dry. What else? I can't read my own handwriting. Obviously, we go through a lot less diapers, so that's good for our wallet, good for the environment, good for the trees, and good for the landfills. And when we got to combine the elimination communication with baby sign language, so now she holds up her little sign language to tell us when she has to go to the potty, we're getting much less frustration and much less crying. Less frustrated baby, and in fact, a happier and more empowered, confident, and independent baby means much happier parents, and I can only imagine that down the line, this is going to snowball into more and more independence for her. One can hope. Another thing is, since we're not training her at this age to be okay with sitting in a wet diaper, kids who practice elimination communication do tend to potty train earlier, sometimes as early as 5 or 6 months old. Right now, our daughter is 3 months old, and I think we're at about probably 30 or 40% of her eliminations we catch in the potty. I think if time and spoons allowed it, I could probably catch as much as 75%. A lot of the time I do actually notice that she's hinting and I'm not sure, I just don't want to go too early and then I end up missing it. So a lot of it's actually still my own fault that I'm still learning her cues. Funny how it's hard to learn things when you have memory problems. Who is elimination communication best for? I don't really know if there are people who should not be participating in elimination communication. It sounds like, in general, it's just for babies. You can start as early as you want. I heard you can also start later, but I didn't look into that because it didn't apply to us. I'm always going to recommend that you talk to your doctor before you try anything with your body or your baby's body that you hear from someone online on the internet like me. But in my non-professional eyes, I don't see the harm, and I do think it has really helped our daughter. So I do personally recommend that you do some looking into it because I love it. And who should not do EC? Well, one crowd is just a technicality. Above 18 months, it's considered early potty training. Before 18 months, it's not considered a form of potty training. Technicality. The other crowd, the people who oppose EC, they're concerned that if the baby is not okay with peeing in their diaper, that they'll hold their bladder, and that can lead to other problems within the baby, things like infection and other stuff, rupture, I don't know, if the baby holds it for too long. So that's the biggest downside that I've heard of for EC. However, for our family, we decided to take that with a grain of salt because we're not telling our baby that it's bad to pee in her diaper, and in fact, she does still pee in her diaper. This is a choice that she was already making for herself when she was choosing to hold so much of her urine until after the diaper came off. The only difference with us stepping in and holding her over the toilet is that now she's peeing in the toilet instead of peeing on the changing pad. And when she does successfully pee in the toilet, we give her a yay, just like in this clip that I showed you guys last week during the Day in the Life vlog. Okay, go ahead, go potty. Are you distracted? What are you distracted by? Yay, good job. All done, where's your diaper? Let's go. I can't stress enough that these are potty tunities that we're giving to the baby, and it's by no means required for her to use the potty over using her diaper. We never scold her for using her diaper, we only point out how much better it feels when she uses the potty. As she learns communication and language and starts to actually understand the things that we're telling her, she'll start to pick up that we're saying things like, oh, doesn't that feel better? Doesn't it feel good to relieve yourself? Things like that, specifically while she's on the potty to show her how good it feels. I don't need to tell her that she doesn't like it in her diaper. She definitely figured that out. She figured that out day one. As far as tools that we use, this one's gonna be really quick. We have only used the potty reducer, the seat reducer. It's just a toilet seat that sits inside your current toilet seat so that the hole is smaller for the baby's little tiny bum. We started using this when she was about 3 months old. It was when she was starting to sit up on her own a little bit. Prior to that, we were just holding her over the potty with our hands, and she was light enough that we could use our pinky and ring finger to hold her sort of bottom area, and then, what the heck, all these finger names, point her in middle on her thighs so that we could sort of create a little bottom cradle for her. How do I think you guys will get that. You guys are a smart bunch. I'm so warm. And how exactly do you do EC? How does this actually work in practical terms? First, the baby has some kind of cue. The baby's like, I need to go to the bathroom. If you ask most moms, and even a lot of dads, they will tell you that they know when their kid is about to go to the bathroom. Most parents know it instinctually. Some parents, like us, we taught our baby sign language. She puts up her letter T, that means toilet. We go, oh, you need to go to the potty? And she gets so happy, does a big grin, and we say, okay, we'll go to the potty. I take off her pants, unbutton the onesie, and bring her into the bathroom. Can you fix your thumb here? This one? There it is. Let me see it. Let me see that sign. There it is. She got her thumb in and everything. Good job. All right, we're going. Obviously, when the baby is like 2 or 3 days old, you're not going to do a very good job of knowing exactly when they're going to pee. So when that was the case, it was much easier to wait until right after they nap or right after the end of the night. The hospital recommends ABC of sleeping, and part of that is that you're supposed to swaddle the baby on their back. So the second you unswaddle the baby, you can bring them to the bathroom. If the diaper's dry at that point, they're probably going to pee right when you take that diaper off. There's no reasoning behind this, but this is how it worked out for us. Until our daughter was about 2 months old, we only used verbal commands. It's not a command for a daughter. I'm saying command because that's what you say for dog training, but like what is it for her? Suggestion? We were saying potty as the suggestion when we were at the potty, so she could learn the word potty. At around 2 months old, we noticed that she was starting to notice her own hands. So at 2 months old, we started making the potty sign to her when we said the word potty. We would look at it and wait for her to look at it. We would shake it, wiggle our thumb, tap it a little bit, potty, potty, and, look with our eyes. And babies are smart. Babies are really intuitive. They really want to learn your facial expressions, know what you're feeling and know what they're feeling. They're little sponges. Remember, their survival, literally depends on them being little sponges. So she looks at this and she's like, so I took her hand, put it out in front where she could see it, made the little sign for her, tapped it, tapped mine, potty. Potty, you want to go potty? And she looks at it and she kind of eating it and she put it on my face and I kind of munched on it. Yeah, potty. It really was something to witness. It really was, because you could see her gears turning. It was like migraine Jen. She was looking at it with such wonder in her eyes. Humans are incredible. It's crazy. And I just kept doing that. She would wake up from her nap, I would sit her down on my lap in the swaddle, and as I was unswaddling her, I'd be like, oh, we're gonna go potty soon. Oh, potty, we're gonna go to the potty. Oh, potty. And I just kept doing that right before we went to the bathroom every time. I shoot you not, like 2 days later, she was signing potty. I wish I could tell you how to teach your kid how to sign potty. Mine just freaking started doing it. And she even sometimes gets her little tiny thumb in, but most of the time her thumb is on the outside and she puts it right next to her head. I also noticed that sometimes she just has her fists out and she's just hanging out. That's not usually a potty sign. She always makes eye contact with the potty sign and she usually holds it deliberately. It's not like over here looking around. In the bathroom, I take off her diaper. I do that last possible second just in case, and I stick it up on the back of the toilet and then hold her over the toilet so she can do her business. When it seems like she's done trying to use the restroom, I ask her if she's done, and she vocalizes, babbles, smiles if she is in fact done. Yes, you did that. Yes, you went potty. Yeah, you did. Are you all done? Oh, you're still going potty. You are still going potty. Okay. Okay, we'll wait. Thank you. Good job. Yeah? Now are you all done? Yeah. Okay, potty all done. Let's go. After she used the bathroom, it was really helpful to have some pre-ripped toilet paper squares up on the back of the seat so that if any of it went down her leg or hit the seat, I didn't have to rip it from the roll. I could just quickly grab a square, wipe it off the seat, and dump it in. So then I take her diaper, hold it over her little butt, and we walk across the upstairs to get to her nursery. We keep the changing pad, extra diapers, wipes, her clothes, all of that is in her nursery. So every time she goes to the bathroom, we go all the way to her nursery to lay her down on the changing pad and finish the changing there. It was tempting to put that stuff in the bathroom or near the bathroom, but it just isn't a very comfortable place to work and there isn't a lot of room in there. Plus, if we're bringing her into her nursery a lot, then she's learning that room. It's a room that's becoming more and more familiar to her. So when she starts sleeping in there very soon, which I'm very sad about, then it won't be a room that's foreign to her. Or at least that's what I'm hoping. And I guess that's our elimination communication journey so far. I'm really hoping that in about 3 months, I'll be able to come on here with a video that's titled, "The most adorable infant also became potty trained before she could crawl." I'm just kidding. That wasn't the point of this. The point of EC, remember, is not to potty train. Guys, I was testing you. Did you fall for it? It's not about potty training. It's not about peeing in the diaper is bad. It's about, here's another option. If you found this interesting, please give it a thumbs up, especially if you don't have any kids and you watch this to the end, guys. I think I deserve the thumbs up. If that doesn't deserve it, I don't know what does. All right, I'm gonna go wake up the baby and she's probably gonna pee on the toilet. I'll see you guys on Tuesday for Q&A.